All right, so a question that I get a lot from people who are just starting out, they call me up and they're talking to me, they haven't bought a guitar before, is what kind of guitar should I buy? And there's thousands and thousands of guitars out there, so it's a good question. Now this is intended for people who've never bought a guitar before, total beginners. The first thing that I would say is you don't need to spend a lot of money on a guitar when you're just starting out. You can spend around $200 depending on if you're going to buy an acoustic or electric. In either case, $200 is going to be around what you probably want to set as the minimum that you want to spend on a guitar. I would not recommend spending less than about $200 total for a guitar with the accessories, because when you get under that range, you start getting a little bit dicey on the playability of the guitar and the quality of the guitar. So really there's just a few criteria for me, at least, in terms of what you should look for when you're buying a beginning guitar. Number one is the guitar should be playable. If you buy a really cheap guitar, the strings might be really high off the fretboard, and that makes it really hard and actually can make it painful to play the guitar, so you don't want to do that. The other thing is with a really cheap guitar, it may go out of tune a lot. You may not be able to actually keep the guitar in tune, and if your guitar isn't in tune, it's going to be really difficult to play and actually enjoy it because it's not going to sound good. So those are the two things I'm looking for, and that's why I say, you know, when you get under $200, maybe $150, depending on what you're looking at, under that price range, I just don't recommend it. You're throwing your money away. So that being said, there's a couple guitars that I would recommend. The first one is by Fender. It's a Squire, and this is an electric guitar. It's a good guitar. It's going to sound fine. It's going to stay in tune. It's going to be very playable, and so I would definitely recommend that one. Amazon has those, and they come with accessories like the strap and the amp and all the stuff that you would need to get started. So that's a good way to go. The other one that I would recommend is also by Fender, and that is the Fender FA100. That is the acoustic guitar, and I think that one is around $150, maybe $199. I'm not sure, but that's also a good guitar for a beginner. Now, if you want to spend a little bit more, you can, but I think for a beginner, $200 range, that's going to be just fine. You can always invest more later and upgrade and get a better guitar as you get better. But that's my recommendation. And really the biggest thing is it playable and does it stay in tune? That's what you really want to look out for. And if you can try these guitars in person, you also want to make sure, I guess this would be the last thing, that it's comfortable for you, that the guitar is actually the right size. If you get a guitar for a 7-year-old and it's a full-size guitar, it's probably going to be too big. So in that case, you might want to look for a smaller guitar. So that would be the last thing, is if you can try these out, just sit with them and make sure that they feel comfortable on your body. That's going to help as well. So that's my recommendation. If you need any help, give me a call or shoot me an email.